All right, team, turn!
Take me out on the water,
We eat fishy.
way out in the woods, where the breathing is easy, the living is good.
All you can do is just laugh. Welcome to Larry Smith Outdoors. We're sponsored by the Badger Sportsman Magazine, Bartline Barrels, Warrior Boats, Lynch of Maguanago, Big Snow Resort, Hard and Soft Fishing, Suzuki, Wings Over Wisconsin, Dick Smith's Bait and Tackle, Kamick Law Firm, Kamalon Measuring Tools, Deep Freeze, Cold Snap, Otter, Norm's Egg, and Jiffy.
And remember, it's a great day to be alive.
Out in the great outdoors.
Holy moly. Hey, good morning and welcome to Larry Smith Outdoors. Hey, this morning we are up doing a youth hunt here for Wings Over Wisconsin, and I'll tell you it's going to open in about a minute. And I'll tell you, it looks like there's quite a few wood ducks flying around. It should be a great day. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens this morning here on the 2016 youth hunt for duck season.
Sun drop scared him away.
The sun drop brought the only birds in close enough. I only, unfortunately, brought one. It's decoy time. Put some decoys out so the birds got something to target. Oh, nice shot, nice shot. That was a nice shot. Nice shot on that, I saw that.
A goose tag.
Oh, really?
You shoot. You'd had a couple more probably.
Yeah. Wow.
You shoot better than your dad.
Wow, not too bad. Was that the first shot? I saw that bird get hit. Yep, that was a good shot. You folded that thing. Yep. Did you two do any shooting at all?
No.
Nothing yet, huh?
Nothing has come over here.
Wow.
A lot of them pulled out before opening.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the way it is when it comes to hunting. You can't sense that I'm a dog person? I love dogs. I got 3, right? I'm a dog person. Yeah,
For a second.
right.
For a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a dog guy. Dogs know that.
Hey, you know what?
All the way over the woods.
I'd bark at you too.
What do you mean? I'm a dog person, right? I think he was barking at you. That's what I thought. He wasn't looking at me, right? There's a product at the store. It's called Just for Men. Just for Men, right? Takes that gray off.
The Warrior story continues with the best tracking, driest ride in the industry. Designed with a high degree of dead rise and bow flare to push water out and down for a smooth, dry, comfortable ride. The smart trolling keel limits bow drift for enhanced boat control in the wind, and with a lifetime hull warranty, Warrior boats are built to last. Warrior Boats, a legend reborn.
Badger Sportsman Magazine, Wisconsin's premier outdoor magazine.
Fishing and Hunting in Wisconsin, written by outdoor enthusiasts from Wisconsin. Each issue features timely fishing and hunting articles from experts across the state. Badger Sportsman Magazine will help you make the most out of your time in the woods or on the water. Subscribe to Badger Sportsman Magazine today.
Hey folks, the Badger Sportsman Magazine wants to see a picture of you having fun in the outdoors. And to have a chance to win a trip with us here on Larry Smith Outdoors and a hard and soft water fishing kit, all you have to do is submit that picture to thebadgersportsman.com. Now this project, the total amount of acres on this project here where the kids were youth hunting this morning is?
Well, total both sides is 440.
440 acres, okay.
This is like 200 and something.
And not too long ago, this whole project right here, this is basically a muck farm, right?
So this was a mint farm.
Mint farm, all right.
Yep. All the trees out there, all the shrub car out there wasn't there in, 98 or so?
Yep.
97
it was all plowed fields.
All plowed fields, okay.
So
you guys have really turned this into a duck habitat, big time. Yep. Wildlife habitat.
Yeah, we're working at it.
Right.
We're working at it. Okay, and so the ponds you were looking at are here. Now, if you see where the yellow is, that's narrow-leaf cattail.
And what is a narrow-leaf cattail? Can you explain that to us?
Okay, that's a hybrid cattail.
Yep.
That's basically it's an invasive. It's on the invasive species list for the state of Wisconsin. It grows incredibly aggressive.
Faster than a regular
than
cattail?
The old native cattail.
Okay.
And, technically, I can show you how to tell the difference, but it really doesn't make. But the old native cattail, you had lots of room in between, and you get bulrushes growing up and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
This cattail
comes in and takes over everything.
Yeah. So if you go on the south belt line of Madison and you look down, you see nothing but a sea of cattails.
Okay,
just totally choked out.
Right, which doesn't do anything good for wildlife.
Nothing. Even muskrats will live on the edge of the narrow-leaf cattail, but won't go in because it's too impenetrable.
Holy cats, that's interesting.
And then the other one, the really nasty one, is the Phragmites.
Okay.
That's the big guys with the tall, feathery heads.
It's totally different. It's an invasive. Started over in Michigan.
Okay.
It's working its way this way, and we just got done spraying them, and now we got to come back in mid-October and collect all the heads off of them.
Because you don't want them to reseed.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's about 18,000 seeds in each one of those
Holy
heads.
cats. So, I mean, how long will that take you guys to come in here and cut every one of them?
We're not going to get every one.
Right.
We're going to get a stab at it. But, and then the literature I've been reading on winter's burn will probably be the best thing we can do with it to get the mass off the.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Because that's kind of an idea of what the head looks like.
Okay. And when we go down there, we'll see some of that.
Yeah.
You guys, let me ask you, how does all this stuff start? I mean, how does a club like this start, Wings Over Wisconsin? Where does the money come through for, when we were on that project this morning, going through there, you're talking about the cost of all these things, and I was like, mind-boggled what it costs just to maintain a piece of property like that. So, I think it's very important to tell people, how do you guys come up with the funds to maintain this stuff? This is a non-profit organization, right?
Correct. It's non-profit. Every chapter has a banquet every year.
And how many chapters are we looking at right now?
We're looking at around 16 chapters. And with that, we only have to spend a certain amount per member to send into state for fun, for running the office.
Okay.
And then the rest of it, the chapter can use on its own discretion.
Okay.
So if we can raise $25,000 at our annual banquet, we send that up to the state. And it used to be divided into two project and land acquisition. Well, now we combine it all into one.
Okay.
Because a lot of chapters don't want to own land. Well, when this came up, back in '95, I believe it was, we'd heard about it, and we came down, talked to the realtor, and that's when it was all plowed fields, it was snow on it, and at that time it was the largest stewardship funding of its kind, $250,000.
Woo! That's a lot of money.
Back in 98, that was just a huge amount of money.
Right.
So this year, now we take a certain amount of our funds and get the volunteers to come out here because it's tax exempt. You know, it's taken off the tax rolls out here.
Right.
But like the Phragmites, now we got these cattails. It's an expense. So out of the, say, $25,000 we made last year at a banquet in our fundraiser, and it took us $15,000 just to spray it.
Holy cats, there goes a chunk of that.
It does.
Fun.
It goes in a hurry.
Right,
I mean,
it does.
everything comes at a cost. You know, now if we wanted to use something, machinery or something you rent, it's always going to have an expense with it.
Right.
And the communities have actually really been good to us around here in Tri-County. And the committee has been together for 33 years. And so we get a lot of support. But we also let people know they can come out here anytime they want, walk the land. There's umpteen different species. I forget how many Mark Martin said there was for birds. But yeah, there's paths and stuff we cut. But yeah, when the dikes go bad or something.
There's a lot of maintenance, right?
Yep, and you can talk $10,000 with no problem.
And the great part about Wings Over Wisconsin is all the money that you guys raise here, right, stays right in the state of Wisconsin.
Yep.
You know, and when I see like this morning all them kids having the opportunity to come out and hunt this land, you know, I can't think of a better way to donate to a club, if you're going to donate to a club, than a club like Wings Over Wisconsin, where the money stays right here in the state. And you know, it's all about getting more kids and more people involved in the outdoors. So that's an awesome project.
Yeah, it's youth and community involvement. It was part of our, you know, maintaining it, that we want people to understand that, yeah, we're not a hunt club.
Right.
That this is for non-hunt, you know, people want to come out and enjoy it.
So it's not just for hunters?
No, it's not just for hunters. We do a lot of youth hunts here, but it's not a public hunting grounds. It's basically, you know, the members come out, but it's because of the habitat. You can look behind you and see all the trees and stuff that were never here.
It's a beautiful area.
And at one time this was all flooded, and so this is what's happened over the last 3 years, because it's an invasive. Willows and stuff, you can cut them, but they grow back.
Right.
So, I mean,
there's a lot of maintenance to keep a piece of property looking the way it should look and keep it healthy.
And getting volunteers to help.
Right, that's a huge
the big
thing
one.
too.
Everybody wants to come to the banquet. Everybody wants to win a gun.
Right.
We give 50, 60 guns or better away every year.
I've been to them banquets. They're awesome.
Right. Lots of banquet. But, you know, we don't have the people to come out and help when we're doing this kind of stuff today. And the dedicated members that come out every year for the youth hunts, the duck and or the turkey hunt, which is put on by Tom and Julie Bergholz over in Marshall. We just help. It's our land here that we use it for it, but we spend money for we give them a gun every year for both hunts. We buy the shells for them, and we just love having the kids come out here and make sure that the experience stays alive.
Is that Toyota going to make it back there?
Well, we'll make it up that hill, yes.
It'll make it up that hill?
Oh,
okay.
yeah, we're going to walk the rest.
He has a habit of getting stuck.
Oh, you got a habit of getting stuck, huh?
Just one.
That's why you want everybody else to come along so they can push, huh?
Yeah, that's right. So we can,
All right.
Hey, make sure you guys keep your cell phones on, because you know what? We might need your help. Hey, the only thing I just want to tell you, if I'm going to be really mad if we get stuck back there and all of a sudden that herd of kids comes up here and eats everything there is by the time we get back. Hey Steve, now this stuff is Quagmite, huh?
Quagmite.
Okay, it looks awful pretty, but this is an invasive species, huh? And it just overtakes everything?
Yep.
I've never realized, I've seen some of this before, but I've never realized how dense it gets. And you're right, there's not a single thing, well, there's no light that can even get through there.
And well, if you drive out on the high bridge at the base of Green Bay.
Yep, you see it there. I always saw when I drove by the highway, boy, that's some pretty stuff. I'd like to have some of that, but I don't think that anymore. Holy cats.
No, you don't want that.
Wow.
And that, you know, that used to be, you know, Duck Creek. And
yeah, I know exactly where you're talking.
Great hunting area. My uncle used to hunt down there all the time. There's nothing that goes in there anymore.
Doesn't quite taste like Sundrop, but it's pretty good. I like that fen water. Now, you got to explain one more time, what is a fen? I know how to spell it, F-E-N. Oh my God! Oh, look, no! Get the camera on him!
What?
Right on him! Ah! Don't move! Oh my gosh! I just drank out of that. Think where that came from. Look at the size of that.
Yeah, look at all the eggs she's got.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's just loaded with eggs.
Biggest spider I've seen in a long time. Now, can you explain to us?
A fen is, you feel how cold that water is. It's like 54 degrees.
Right.
So it's bubbling up from the aquifer and from out of the groundwater.
Yep.
And what happens is water is so cold that it impedes the growth of the typical marsh plants.
Okay.
And
which you're saying the marsh plants, it would have to be, the water temperature have to be a lot warmer for them to
cycle up and down.
Right. Okay.
And as the plants die off, they kind of build, over 100,000 years or so, they just literally build a dike. And that's what you see on the edge there is that dike, that plant matter.
Right.
Okay, and so that builds up and it keeps growing. And because the water is so cold in this resource, the other more invasive kind of plants don't get a chance to grow here. So up here, the university has found about 120 some different plant species.
That would only grow in this environment.
Grow in this environment. Now,
very interesting.
You go out there on the flats, you have about 45 or so different species of plants. So it's a diverse, it's a wonderful little environment, and very few have been left because literally they would plow over them and start to farm them.
And then you'd have to put drain tile or something.
Yeah, you'd have to put drain tile.
Right.
And they tried that a couple of times here, and there's some tiles on this end that needs to be removed. But yeah, it's a miracle that it stayed, but the people that were farming it, university did some in-depth research that it was just too wet.
Right.
They tried to plow it 1 or 2 times, and every time they get stuck up here.
So you could probably say that the fen won.
The fen won.
The fen won.
Nature will win once in a while.
Yeah, she does.
But to bring her back is, we
amazing, this whole project.
Invasive reed canary grass, phragmite, and all these other things that are much more opportunistic. So when they stopped farming and the soil was disturbed, those things got started much faster than the native plants. It takes a long time for the natives to establish. So,
right. Interesting.
So once you mess with a wetland,
it takes a long time to bring it back.
You'll never bring it back.
Okay.
Totally. I don't think you'll ever bring it back to what it was originally.
That's why they have such strict regulations now on messing with wetlands.
Because if you would have looked at this place originally, when Native Americans were here, it would have been cattail marsh, the river running through it, and would have been
a gorgeous area, like you're trying to bring it back to now.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're working at it.
Huh.
But it's going to take 3 generations, I'd say, to get it back to where we want it.
Kalen's has been catching multi-species fish for over 30 years. From our crappie grubs, to our seismic series of hybrid swim baits and grubs, to our jerk minnows.
You can't see that jerk minnow, can you?
To our garlic and salt impregnated wacko worm.
That's a Kalen's Wacko.
Our premium line of Kalen jig heads. Oh, and our original Kalen's grub still does a pretty good job too.
Fish, look at that Kalen's in her mouth right there.
Wings Over Wisconsin, a nonprofit organization dedicated to natural resource restoration, preservation, and education with youth and community involvement. Through cooperation with private landowners, state and federal agencies, Wings Over Wisconsin has been a leader in the preservation of our natural wildlife habitat, with donated dollars staying in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. For information about how you can join this great organization or how to start a new chapter, please visit wingsoverwisconsin.org.
Patrick, what are you doing out here?
Mark, I'm going fishing this weekend, but with this massive selection of trucks, I can't figure out which one to take.
The brand new Lynch McGuanago stores have a massive selection of brand new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Make your next stop at the all-new state-of-the-art Lynch McGuanago dealerships today.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
are, wait.
Well,
If you would have out of the brats and a hamburger.
Oh, are you kidding me? I told you we should have got
We
here
got a
earlier.
bun and some onions.
I'm not picky.
Here, I'll grab you
If you would have seen what happened to us, you would understand where we're late.
We're all out of old fashions.
Old fashions?
We got it right out here.
Well,
Right here.
who's drinking old fashions?
Well, I don't know. Were you guys drinking them? That's the question.
No old fashions.
It's all soda.
Thank you.
There you go.
Right, sun drop.
Get one for your cameraman. That poor guy's got to eat too.
What? I'm starving to death. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? You should have seen, he couldn't even walk through a field. We had to go through a cut trail.
Well,
right, I know it. It's true. Look at, right? Hey Julie, besides this great meal that we just had here, you know what? I see that when the kids come out here and they have a place to hunt, they also have a chance to win some prizes too. So what do you got going on here?
Tom and I have done this turkey hunt and duck hunt as today is for many years.
Okay.
We incorporate the many counties of people that come into my business, Tom's Guns, and Tom and I will talk about the excitement of going out and waterfowl hunting or going out and experience it. One of my jobs, I guess, I try to do is if a child hunts with people, he loves it. So now he goes to school with a child their family doesn't hunt, but I want the parents to experience their passion that maybe they'll like hunting. And so then I invite them to come along to be a mentor because you can see a lot of more parents there.
Right.
They may say, I know nothing. I said, just come along and experience what it's like. And then we have wonderful, wonderful mentors. I have people that kind of know how to hunt, but I say just learn from the mentor how to do that wonderful calling, whether it's waterfowl or turkey, it's just wonderful.
Hey, I really appreciate everything, and we'll definitely be back to do this again. Hey, and like I always say, just remember, it's a great day to be alive.
Hey, we're in the kitchen with Shotgun Steve Schaefer. I have a special guest, Natalie Tremonti. Football season's around, right, Natalie?
Yeah.
And we're gonna make a grilled cheese sandwich with venison in it, onions, cheese, but it's don't tell your mom and dad we made this. We know your dad's a big Packer fan, right? Tony is?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. So we're gonna assemble this. After we assemble, we're gonna bring out the griddle, make it, cut it open. I'm taking some of my Pernot's goose stick, put it inside, 3 different types of cheeses, wrap it in bacon. This is like fair food, right, Natalie?
Yeah.
You like grilled cheese?
Yeah.
All right, you gonna assemble this for me?
Sure.
All right, let's get it. Let's get this bacon spread out. Let's go, girl. Take and put a couple pieces down. We do like 2 or 3. Take the fat end, skinny end, put one more this way. Put this right. Ooh, let's get them a little closer. Don't tell your mom and dad we did this, all right?
Okay.
We'll go this way. I gotta measure it out. That's the only reason why I did that. We'll measure it out, make sure that the bread fits in it so when we put it on the griddle. All right, put your cheeses down. Take 1 piece or so, each color, set them down. Keep going, girl. We're not quitting on 1. When have you already grilled cheese with 1 slice of cheese in it? Ready? This is against the rules. You know this. Your parents, if they knew you were doing this, we'd be in big trouble. What are you laughing at? What do you think? Want to eat it? Take a bite? Should we cook it first? All right, let's get out the griddle. We'll be right back. We'll get the griddle out. We're going to fry this baby up. I have another one made. You and I could each have a bite, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Packers, right?
Yeah.
They're ready to come off the grill. Grab it, girl. Need help?
Yeah.
Let's go put them on here. Oh man, what did you do to yours? Your bacon's coming off a little bit. Let's get this out of the way here so we can do some cutting and tasting. Grab a sandwich, let's go, girl. And what do you say before you eat? Go, pack, go?
Yeah. Go, pack, go.
Watch out, it's hot. Be careful. Oh, you can't hang out? I'll eat mine. Oh my gosh. Is it hot? You know it's good, Natty, when your hands are all full of grease, right? Well, thanks for coming in. Go Packers. Sunday morning food for the games. Took me a little while, but it's good stuff, right?
Yeah.
What do you say, goodbye?
Goodbye.
Subscribe now to never miss an issue of the Badger Sportsman magazine. This issue features Green Bay Packer Jeff Janis. Along with great celebrity profiles, you'll find everything you need to know to have fun and be successful outdoors in Wisconsin. For availability in your area and subscription information, check out badgersportsman.com today.
At Jiffy, we pride ourselves at being #1 in developing the best propane drills on the ice. It's why our engineers have worked side by side with anglers for 65 years running. All built and tested right here in the US of A. Patented proven performance is Jiffy's vision for the future, and from where we stand, the future looks pretty darn sweet. Jiffy, we put the world on ice.
Hey, you know what? We just got done with the kids over at Wings over Wisconsin. We had a couple hours. We got home here and we picked up our good friend Reese Merkley here. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a quick float trip. It takes us maybe about 2 hours to float this river. Hopefully Reese can hit some ducks. Now, I know we got a big bet between Dan and I. Dan's saying that Reese is not going to hit a duck on the first flock. You know, so we got a $2 bet. I'm saying I got confidence in Reese. He's definitely going to hit a bird for sure right away. So, hey, you know what, Reese? Let's go float this creek here. And you know what? If we can get done in time, which we're going to, let's go do some bow hunting. That's a great part about this time of year. You can fish all day, hunt all night. Let's keep moving.
Out in the great outdoors.
Hey, why is there so much water in the bowl?
That's the fun of hunting the river. You got a bunch of shooting in, you know, and that's what it's all about. And boy, I'll tell you something. I thought for sure a couple times we were definitely going to flip that boat over in the creek right there. And the other thing is, you know what, Reese? Where is Isaac? He's supposed to come be here with our truck to pick us up. I hope he didn't decide to go bow hunting and leave us here, and you and I are not going to be able to go bow hunting because it's about a 6-mile walk back to get the truck. Hey, just remember, like I always say, it's a great day to be alive.
And I'm not walking any 6 miles, so you better get here.
You ain't kidding.